as far as trilogies go. And
what do you think it is about the middle movie being the best? Because like Empire Strikes Back was the best of
Star Wars, yeah.
The three trilogy.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight
best. Yeah.
was the best of the Batman 3, and then Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers was the best
out of the.
You know, of the
okay,
Lord of the
so
Rings.
there's a lot of theories about this, but it may be the filmmaker themselves. So the first one is meant to show that the filmmaker has the chops to make that movie. So and then when it comes out and it is a success, it galvanizes them to make the best movie that they can.
It gives them enough like money and
confidence and money and backing.
Okay.
So, but the third one might be because they get too big for their britches because it's lesser in quality. So it's like the peak. So you're going, they're going up the hill. The first one, so Batman Begins, is really, really, really good. And a lot of people think that Batman Begins is the better of all of the films, which there is an argument to be made for that. But I love all three of them. And so what?
But you can't beat the Joker.
You can't beat the Joker in Heath Ledger's Joker.
It's gone.
They get to the peak. They're told, okay, you're genius, and it happens a second time. So the success is twofold. So now they maybe get a little bit big for their britches, and they're going, well, now I can kind of
I can't do any wrong.
I can't do any wrong.
I can't do any wrong here.
Yeah, I don't have anybody telling me that this might not be a good idea or that this is kind of dumb. And so the decline in quality comes down. But that
you told me once about your theory on when a director, producer, writer, when they get really, really good, it gets to a point where they have no
they
naysayers.
Only have yes men. They only have around them.
Yes men. So when somebody points out, I think this probably happened with M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah, with his Sixth Sense and what was his other good one?
Signs.
Signs.
He's making a bit of a comeback. Like he's had some couple that have been good. Like he ended up finishing out Split, Unbroken, and Glass. They're all okay. Split is probably the best, which it's a trilogy, so it goes up.
Yeah.
And then it does the same thing.
Split was good. I actually liked Split.
Split was really, really good. Split was I don't want to give any spoilers away, but the end itself is amazing just because it sneaks some stuff by you that you're not expecting, and then you see it and you're going, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Anyway, so that's one of those rare movies where you're going, I wish I could see this for the first time again.
Right.
Because once you've learned the secrets of it, you're going,
that was Sixth Sense for me.
It's not as good.
Like Sixth Sense blew my mind.
Yeah,
Sixth Sense blew my mind, and then it was just like, I might not need to watch this ever again.
There is a case to be made that this theory doesn't really work because the Indiana Jones series of films is not the same way. So you have you have Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is a near perfect action movie. That is damn near perfect. Then you have Temple of Doom, and Temple of Doom is far inferior to Raiders. Then you have Last Crusade, which is far better than I prefer probably the first one, but I do really like Last Crusade.
Sean Connery in that show, I thought
was really awesome.
Just
so good.
I love that. The Last Crusade is just and there's a knight in it. Man,
it's a new experience for me.
Those people are trying to kill us.
I know, Dad!
It's a new experience for me.
happens to me all the time.
It's
So-
anyway. So, but everything after that, like, so the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I absolutely detested. Like, I liked Temple of Doom enough to still be entertained by it, but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull I thought was just shit. And I'm not looking forward to this new one because it doesn't look better. It doesn't. Like, I've seen the trailers for it.
What is it? Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. Like,
So good.
there's
So good.
supposedly a
High
time
hopes.
travel element.
High hopes. High hopes.
I don't know. If they got a lot
So-
of woke in it, you're not gonna like it. And that's what Hollywood's doing now. They're just doing woke.
Oh, I'm
I
being
know, we
sarcastic.
can't-
High hopes. I'm not really looking.
I'm not
forward to it. I
really
probably
looking
won't
forward
see it.
to it either.
So yeah, you're right. It seems like there's something to be said with the second of the trilogy being better. But yeah, it falls apart with Indiana Jones. So
The original Spider-Man's, the second one was probably better than both the third,
Yeah.
the Tobey Maguire
that's
ones.
true. Yeah, that's true. The second one was
so
the
the
best.
second one is
So-
with Doctor Octopus and anyway, that I would for you audience, and as many people are, I'm a huge nut for Christopher Nolan movies. If you don't know who that is, then shame on you. But he I
Okay,
think
best
is,
one of his. Best one of his.
well, I have him ranked on Letterboxd.
Oh.
So I write under Story Junkie on Letterboxd. If anybody's interested, you can actually go to Letterboxd, and Letterboxd is like a movie review website that people like. It's like Twitter for movie reviews, essentially.
Mhm.
You can kind of just do your own. You can make lists of them. So I have Christopher Nolan's ranked. So Inception is the best, I think, of all of his movies. And then it would be a really close second with The Dark Knight, with Heath Ledger. And then it's Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Memento. I like Tenet in there. And Tenet probably...
Tenet was mind blown, man, dude. I try to keep up with that show. I was like, wait a minute. Wait,
and let's just say,
wait.
like, David, what is his name? John David Washington. John David Washington, I think, deserves to be more of a action hero. Like, he is pretty good in everything I see him in, and that's Denzel Washington's son. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He sounds just
Really?
like him. If you listen to his voice, if they put their voices right next to each other, they sound just like each other.
Oh, that's funny.
Because
Awesome.
because when I first saw him, it was in, I think, Black Klansman, and I was watching it, and I was like, he sounds so dang familiar. I kept going, I wonder if there's a animated movie that I watched that he was in or something. I kept trying to figure out why. So I looked him up, and I'm like, oh, he's Denzel Washington's son. And I was like, that's why he
awesome.
sounds familiar, is they sound just alike. They have like the same but Tenet is really good, and I'd really like to see him do more action movies like Tenet. So anyway, my next one in line is The Prestige, then Dunkirk,
Good show.
then Interstellar, then Following, then Insomnia. That's all of his movies. That's all the movies he's ever made.
Really?
I mean, that he's directed, I should say. He's done a lot of producing, and he's done some shorts. He did shorts back in the day. So anyway, that's
fun.
That's a basically, and I am a huge nut for him because Inception, I think, is a perfect film. There's nothing in it. Maybe as time goes by, I could watch it and go pick it apart, but I think that is a perfect film.